wouldn't stop that your own child this time around give birth and all of that. You're just hoping, you're believing that God will do something for you. There'll be a miracle someday. And then on your own path, or let's look at the negative side. On your own part, you do not treat other children very well. Like when a child comes to you, wait, I don't like children, I don't like this. And you're expecting that God should also answer your own prayer. You're expecting that a miracle should come to you someday. I don't think it works that way. Now, there's this movie I saw sometime, Broken Hallelujah. That movie is a combination of love, faith, and hope. Both couples loved themselves. They had faith that however, whichever means, like God is going to answer their prayers, which is giving birth, like for them to have their own children. Now, the woman in question loves children naturally. She was just always finding herself in the midst of children, going to orphanages, giving them gifts. You know, she just have this natural love for children. And at the end of the day, God to answer their prayers, even though it was more like the wait was too long. But they had faith. They believed that God would answer their prayers, and God did. So what happens if this woman in question hated kids? Like seeing your neighbor's child, you want to discard. You just want to wait. You understand what I'm trying to say? So being a parent is not only until that child is yours. You could also be a parent to your neighbor's children, to your colleagues, the children, or your colleague's child at work or something. Just have that parental consciousness that this thing this child is doing is not good. It could be my child tomorrow. I also expect that as I'm correcting someone's child, someone should also be in a position to correct my child tomorrow if I'm not there. You get. So to answer your question, parenting is not only when you give birth to a child. It could be, like, I'm a parent, a full-blown parent. I'm a full-blown mother, you know. Not because I have not given birth before, but because I know I have some battalions at home that in my head every given opportunity they have, like every holiday, I know that I'm preparing myself for battle at home. So far so good. Parenting is not just you procreating or giving birth. You could also be a parent if you're able to nurture another person's child with selflessness. You know, you care for another person's child as if that child is yours. You are hoping to have yours. God could also bless you through that means.
Yeah.
So,
okay, thank you so much. Before we kickstart the next question, let me also add to what you said. I feel like the point at which you think you are a parent is when you do not extend whatever it is you're having with the other child's parents, you know, or mother or father, or let me just use the word parents. You do not extend, because from the picture I saw there, I feel like this woman had maybe a problem with the other parents and so extended it to an innocent child. I do not know the fate of that child, if that child actually made it back alive, because they actually stay close to the main road. You know, and this is a toddler. They don't know anything. They're just like, they just need you know, at that point, they are just butterflies.
they
Just
want
give,
to be adventurous.
exactly, they want their freedom, you know, and here is this woman giving you, in fact, adding wings to the wings the child already has, you know, to step out. So I feel like you should never, as a parent watching this program right now, you should never extend whatever it is you're having with another parent to the child. Whenever the other parent is not around and you are around, please take good care of any child around you. You never can tell what will happen tomorrow. If you would need the help of this person you are, I don't know if I should use the word beefing. I don't know which exact word to use. So please never extend it to another parent. Take good care of children around you. Whether you're talking to their mom, you're not talking to their mom. Whether you're talking to their dad, you're not talking to their dad. Every child deserves care, love, and affection. Now, over to you, Brother Odudu. I would like for you to tell us how many types of parenting we have, and, you know, attempt to mention a few.
Okay, thank you very much. But before I will get that answer done, get that question done, I will want to also add that is what you invest into the parenting sector. Let me just put it that way. That is what you eventually get. Because if you, for instance, you don't have a child and you see other children as yours, definitely when yours come, people also see yours as theirs. And secondly, if you have children,
It's like a garbage in, garbage
yes,
out.
and if you have children and you seems to not to speak to others' children in a good manner. Like if those children go to the wrong path and you don't want to caution them, maybe because the parents will not like it and you allow it to go so, you will not know where your children will go tomorrow. Maybe in school, maybe they're in dormitory, or they are somewhere because you don't know how life will be. There's nobody that wants to correct your children.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's what you invest is something that you get.
Okay.
So what I want to say about types of parenting, we have permissive parenting, we have attachment parenting, we have authoritative parenting. The authoritative parenting, that's what I want to talk about. Okay. Yeah, you feel you are very authoritative. At least when there are some parts you should show your capacity as let's say God is the owner of that child or the children, but as the caretaker of that particular child or the children around you, there's a particular time you show the capacity and authority, and there's a particular time you should also listen to them. You may sense something very important from how they are speaking, and you check what you are doing at that particular time is wrong. Yes, because every day these children they have this sharp brain that they can even correct you.
Yeah.
Yes, while you are even doing something, correct you, and you will be very shocked. So while we are showing capacity as the owner of the children or the child, you must wake up by 7 o'clock and go to school. You must be this. You must sleep by this. You must stop fiddling your phone by 5 p.m. And there's something that may happen, and that child will say, "Mommy, this," and you know the truth, and you'll be calm. You'll be weak. Is this coming from my own child? And you'll be very shocked. So when you have been authoritative, you should also give a listening ear to your children, because they may have a very critical and pertinent message to pass at that particular time that may affect you in a good manner and give a positive result that you also learn on that. Yes, and we also have permissive parenting and attachment parenting. Attachment parenting, you have to be very close to your children. You are the father or the mother, you have to be very close to your children, because when you are close to them, you know what is really affecting them. For instance, they may be back from school, you are not there to how was school, how are you doing, are you fine, are you sure you are okay, are you sure before you want to eat you are fine, how are you feeling, you need to sleep. You interact with them. They will have this free mind, free grounds to share their thoughts to you and things. It does not depend on the age you discuss things about the family with them. You cannot say, "Oh, I think we should do this, do this." They can give you their own innovation and suggestion. You have to pick it from there. So that is if all parents and the one that are coming on board can attach themselves to their parents, not to their children, not only the one you have given birth to other children that God has given to other people. You attach yourself to them. I think the world will be a better place, because you learn from them, they also learn from you, and you'll be free with them. They'll be free with you. They will not, when they see you, they'll shy away, or they'll be scared. They'll have this fear. This person is coming. They'll be very free, and it's going to be a free place for us.
All right, thank you so very much. So you've talked about authoritative parenting and also permissive parenting. So Sister Stella, I would like for you to do justice to the remaining.
Okay.
Do you want to add to what he said already?
Yeah, let me add to it, and by coming from the angle of an authoritarian parenting. Now, I think this is slightly different from authoritative parenting. While authoritative parenting has to do with balancing warmth, structure, and autonomy. Like, if you're strict with this hand, try to see how to be lenient with this other hand. Authoritarian parenting, on the other hand, is you are always strict with your children. Nothing like
24/7.
Yes, nothing like, let me listen to what he has to say or she has to say. Let me also get her own contribution or opinion. Everything you say has to be like that.
I think it's most likely, I don't know if I should, liken it to some fathers.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry, but this is just the simple truth.
Of course.
Some dads are very, very strict
Today's
Now,
mindfulship.
now on a scale of
You have to be
on a scale of 100% or say 90%, for instance, I would say 85%. This
Of
authoritarian
fathers.
parenting, yes, could be likened to the manners or the strictness attached to our fathers. Most times, fathers could be very strict. That, in fact, a mere hearing the sound of their vehicle from a distance, you've adjusted yourself immediately so that you'll not be found wanting,
yeah.
you know. But mothers, on the other hand, most times, I know their mothers are also fall into this category.
Yes.
Most times their parents tend to be more authoritative. Sorry, their fathers tend to be more authoritative, while mothers tend to be more authoritarian. It's a two-way thing. But basically, from my own viewpoint, if you want to scale it on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say most times the fathers are always on the authoritarian part. Like 8% of fathers out of 10 are always on the authoritarian part, while the remaining 2 are always on the mothers are always on the authoritative part. But whichever type or style of parenting you find yourself, all I'm giving this out as an advice. I don't know if it's okay for me to advise, but I would say I would prefer, if I'm to choose between authoritative and authoritarian, I'll go for the authoritative. It's not every time you want to be very strict on your children. Always give them room to flow. When you give them room to flow, they'll be very, very comfortable relating their life experiences, their challenges, everything about them with you. But if you are too authoritarian, you'll see them always rejecting when they want to relate something with you. They'll
And
be like,
such a family, I don't know if I should say family, or such a child would be so secretive and would never want to share, because
share.
he or she is like, if I share this, I don't know what's waiting for me, you know,
Right.
at the other side of the coin. So I feel I should stay safe here and just swallow everything. But if you are a little bit relaxed with your child, that child will learn to, like he said, that he can calm down and say anything, like make mistake, and he would never, you know, feel like, you know, when you are discussing with your friend, that's the feeling. It's giving friendship, you know, vibes right there. So if you are a bit relaxed, I am not saying you should watch a child, you know, do something bad and be like, you know what, I want my child to be very free with me. Sometimes correct them, but it all depends on your manner of corrections anyway.
that's true. So I've just said summarily, let's see how to, what is it called? Let's see how to buy the approach of an authoritative parenting, so that whether if we are strict from the other hand, we should also be calm and be responsive, be lenient with our children with the other hand. They say if you beat a child with, is it your right hand? There is this adage that says if you beat a child with your right hand, you draw the child back to yourself with your left hand. So I think that is a more better way to describe an authoritative parenting. So in as much as you are strict, you want your children to do what you want them to do. You want them to be under your shadow, under your custody, under your care, under you at all times. Also see how to be lenient with them, or you should also give them room to explore, give them room to make decisions, give them room to also contribute. Okay, we want to do this today. We want to we want to go for sightseeing today. We want to go on a picnic today. Where do you think we should go to, or what do you think we should do? At least just give them that room to also have a say in whatever decision you're making. Not that whatever they say has to be paramount, or it has to be picked at the end of the day, but let's just give them that sense of belonging to also have a say in whatever thing that is going on in the home, rather than it has to be you and you alone with a very strict, firm grip, you know. To me, that environment is not conducive.
For a child.
Yeah, it's not conducive for a child. I'm saying it because I have experienced it. It could not necessarily from me in person, but I know that as growing up, my dad, I don't know if he's watching the program right now, but Daddy, I love you so much. My dad is very strict. He's a very strict person. He's a very strict person, so I know what I'm saying. If we hear the sound of his vehicle from a distance, just comport yourself. If you don't want to read that day, just carry your books and start reading, because you don't want to be caught playing, you know. So that is just it. But as time went on, as time goes by, he knew that maybe these strict hands I'm taking on my children is not really going very well. So he has now learned another way of being both strict and being fair. You know, if you want to be strict with this other hand, most times you also try to be lenient and then carry everybody along so that the flow will be there naturally.
Okay, thank you so much. I love the way, you know, you are trying to carry both. You know, Daddy, I love you so much, but it's very strict. I saw what you did right there. Okay, so I have this to say that some children are actually their parents' best complete, if you agree with me. But if you do not give them room to explore, you would never be able to tell what you have. Some people don't actually know that they have what the world is looking for. It's just because you are too strict. And that is why you have not seen yet that you have actually what people are looking for outside, what people are even going out to use money to buy. If you understand what I mean, allow your children to explore sometimes with a little bit of guidance, you know. Sometimes tell them what to do, but sometimes just sit back, relax. You do not allow them to explore. I know some of them can actually do this, but sometimes just sit back. Just a little bit of guidance would really go a long way. If you have children, even if you are having, I know it's somehow, I don't know if it's demanding having boys in the house. I think you would not even, your high blood would just, you know, normalize, because at some point it has no other, be left with no other option than just to normalize instead of always going high, if you know what I mean. Okay, so we are really running out of time, so let's quickly talk about the key parenting principles. I would like for you, Sister Stella, to take care of that. Key parenting principles.
Okay, key parenting principles. I don't know, it has to do with the parenting tips, if I'm right, looking from my own, coming from my own perspective. One of which is how to practice mindfulness.
Yeah.
And then that means being present and engaged. You have to be mindful about everything concerning your child or your children. You also have to be intentional about everything concerning your child or your children, or any child in your custody, whether that child, you birth that child, or the child is just being kept under your custody. Always be intentional about these children, because growing up, they could feel like they have grown up, they are adults, they can take decisions, they can do this, they can do that. But you, being that you have experience, you have more experience than they do, you should be in the corner, in the safe space, to also drag them back if they are going in the wrong direction. Also, see how to be, the key word is intentional. Just be intentional about their in and out, everything they do. Not that you're just being too nosy, or you're being too always there in their affairs, always prognosing in their affairs. No, most times you always think like that, you know. When you're growing up,
you're not giving them a break.
You'll be like, Mommy, you're doing too much. You're always asking me plenty questions, always doing this. She's not doing that, not because she doesn't want to give you a break, or doesn't want to give you breathing space, or just wanting to prognose in your affairs. That is just a mother for you. You know, that's just, if parents are intentional about their children, always want to know where they go to, what they eat, if maybe they don't,
what's going on,
they always want to call to know one or two things about their children. That is when you say your mother or your father is intentional about you. They're always very mindful about you as their child. And another thing is show physical affection. You should show physical affection one or two times. Always give your children some affectionate hug. You've done very well. It's not every time when your child maybe cooks a particular, maybe a pot of rice, and then maybe salt, or it becomes too spicy for people to eat, you'll be like, throw this in the way, you didn't do well, I did. You should at least try to see her, you've tried, you've done well. Maybe next time, tomorrow, you do like this, you don't do like this. At least try to make sure, encourage the child, so that when the child remembers, next time, if he or she wants to cook again, when he or she remembers, okay, Mommy asked me not to do like this, passionately, and then she'll see how to also curtail the number of cubes she'll put, the seasoning she'll use, and all of that. Always give them that room for affection, and always see how to appreciate their every positive moves and their negative moves. You also see how to draw them back, so that they won't end up doing something that is detrimental to you, yourself, and the society.
Okay, thank you so much, Sister Stella. That was key parenting principles. Let me just round it up. So she has already spoken so much on that. So yeah, we also have unconditional love, where she has mentioned that positive reinforcement, clear communication, consistency, and boundaries, and emotional intelligence, which she said, you know, I think she created an example with the cooking of a thing, how you can correct your child nicely, so that next time child will do better in the kitchen. Thank you so very much. This is not us drawing close our curtains, because we have a parent here actually waiting to join us on set. So this parent is going to do a little justice to this before we dive right into the main reason why this parent is here with us today. So we'll be going on a short break. When we come back, Morning Star Breakfast Show continues. My name is Ruth Obu.
Thy kingdom shall reign. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Oh Lord. Thy kingdom has come. That's what we like the prophet John in the book of Revelation, the prophets is fulfilling us. Oh, we have the Lord, thy kingdom shall reign. Coming down, come down. God is dwelling with his
shop.
of great tribulation. The kingdom of God.
Welcome back, beloved viewer. You're still watching the Morning Star Breakfast Show, and yes, on your screen was the day of emancipation. And yes, it was actually, you know, fully spirit-filled. You could hear people on the street also testifying to that fact. The Spirit was just overwhelming. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for that was so amazing, so awesome. I am so privileged, honestly speaking, to be alive at this time, honestly speaking. I don't know if there would have been a better time to be in this planet called Earth. I think this is just the best time. Thank you, Heavenly Father. So yes, I'm not here alone. I am still here with Brother Odudu Charles.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Also, we have in our midst Divine Vanguard Brother Ebenezer Say, happens to be a member of the Christ Universal Children's Fellowship Handlers Screening and Revalidation Sensitization Committee. Peace of the Father.
Peace of the Father.
Peace of the Father, sir.
Fine, thank you.
Okay, so before you came here, we do know that you are a father, a great one at that, and we're talking about parenting, so we are not going to be quite specific. Just tell us the little, just, you know, use 2 minutes to tell us the little you know about parenting.
Well, in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ,
Amen.
the blood of Jesus Christ,
Amen.
and forevermore.
Amen.
Well, parenting has got to do with much of love.
Okay.
Having love for your kids and teaching them the right things to do. Not necessarily being very strict on them, but making them know what is good and what is right. Making them know that when they go out, they are likely to experience different things. They will hear different things from friends, but you let them know that what you are telling them is what they should always rely on. They should always use. In that sense, when they go and they even have their friends telling them to do this or that, they come back and tell you, see what my friend told me to do, and then you rebuke and tell them, no, don't do it. So parenting is having time again for your kids. Whatever they want to say to you, you take time, listen to them, and answer them. Now, sometimes you have your kids coming to you that go, it's very bad. You need to always have time listening to them. And so even if you are busy, listen to the kids. Attend to whatever they are looking for. Then you continue what you are doing. That's way you keep on bringing them in the good way.
Okay, thank you so much. I didn't intend to keep you or dwell so much on this, but I love what you said. So what are the early signs of bad parenting? As a parent that you are, what do you think are the earliest signs of bad parenting?
Well, I won't be able to give you that because I've made sure I don't get anything like bad parenting. My children don't experience anything like bad parenting. But
you should have an idea.
Yeah, when you, like I said, having time for your kids.
Yeah.
No matter how busy you are, you should have time for your kids. Because if you don't have time, other people will have time for them and they will influence them.
Yeah,
that is
I love
one.
that. Yeah, exactly.
That's one. Then you need to show them love. If they ask for something you don't have, you should have a way to tell them it's not there today. Another time you are going to get it and give it to them. That way they will not feel like they are being abandoned or you don't love them. Like I said, the major thing is to show your children love. Why you show them love? You always teach them what the good things they need to do.
Okay, has there ever been a time where you compared your child to another?
Nah.
These are one of the signs of bad parenting.
I
Early signs
never
of
do
bad
that.
parenting.
Yeah, I always tell my kids,
They're the best.
you are the best. You can do better.
Okay, so
That
what
is
do you
it.
think? What do you think brings this into the minds of some parents to always, compare kids? The other child that took first, do you think that child has 4 heads?
4 heads.
The other child that was able to get scholarship, how many heads does that child have? What brings this?
Let me be frank with you. As a parent, at a point you have to say that to your kid.
To say that?
You say that, but the way you say it, you took second, this one took first. I think next time you can pass this guy.
Okay.
You see this guy, he doesn't have 4 heads, so it's because he read. He was very serious. So next time,
You have to do more.
do more. That is it. You've not necessarily discouraged the child or made the child feel low, but you say it, you even appreciate him for taking that second or third. Take this, but I know that next term you are going to pass this guy that took first. You have not necessarily, so, but comparing that, hey, look at you, this one is better than you, you are just wayward, I don't know why you are not like this one. That is the worst thing you can do to your child. Your child will just get into himself, will not be able to do anything, will not be able to tell you things that he needs to tell you. That's it.
Okay, so are you, do you keep secrets from, I'm so sorry. Do you keep secrets, or is it advisable for a good parent to keep secrets from their kids?
Yeah, it depends on the type of
Tell
secrets
us more about this.
you keep from your kids. Well, there are secrets that you keep it for their own good, but at the right time, you let them know. You keep it so that they can go about their normal activities. There are some things that you tell a child immediately, the child might not be able to concentrate, even in his studies and other things that he has to do. So you keep it when the time is right, when you think it's the right time to tell the child, you tell him. But I don't think it's better to keep a secret so long from a child. It's just a matter of the time that you have to know the right time to tell them.
Okay, are you a critic?
No, I'm not a critic of my children.
Okay, so no matter what they do, you don't criticize their actions?
You have to let them know this is wrong, this is bad, but not to criticize them, make them feel bad. Children are very sensitive. Yeah, one of my kids, when you talk to him like 2-3 days, he feels, even eating becomes a problem for him. So you must always know how to reprimand that kind of child.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Like I said, I never wanted to, keep you in this very topic. Well, I just had to do what I had to do because I know you are a father and a good one at that. Thank you so much for, attending to the few questions I asked. Now, this is Christ Universal Children's Fellowship Handler Screening and Revalidation Sensitization, and you are a member of this committee. So what is the purpose of the creation of this?
This screening and revalidation is not something that has just come up.
Okay.
It's a directive from the father.
Okay.
We know that children are the leaders of this kingdom. The father does not joke with the welfare of children, their protection, their safeguarding, and he is trying to put measures in place to ensure that children are safe. And by doing so, the father has thought it wise that all handlers that are taking care of the children in the CUCF should be revalidated. We should screen them, make sure they are fit enough to be taking care of those children. That is what has brought about this revalidation and screening of handlers in the CUCF. That's just the major thing, to make sure that the people that are having the responsibility of taking care of our children are people that are reliable. And after getting their data, everything, we have other modalities we will be following, like having seminars and things for them to train them more to be able to deliver on the mandates that they are having.
Okay, thank you very much. Brother Audu, do you have any questions?
Yeah. Thank you very much for coming to Star Cross Television.
You're welcome.
Hope you are fine.
I'm
happy you scaled through all the interviews and questions my colleague did took you in. Yeah, my question is not far-fetched. Will the revalidation exercise, will it be annually for the Christ Universal Children's Fellowship?
Yeah, this is the first time this ESCO is trying to embark on it. Now, as things evolve, we want to see how this thing will go. But we know that every year you have people intending to be Sabbath handlers. So it's very likely every year it's going to be, it might not be revalidation again, it's going to be validation of intending handlers. But for now, it's revalidation because they are already in, and we want to now be sure that those that are doing it, they are doing it well. Okay. But it's likely every year we are going to do it because the Father has directed that the headship of the fellowship, CUCF, should be in charge of recruiting people as handlers in the fellowship.
Do you have criteria for the recruitment?
Yeah. As it stands, a Google link is going to be made available to everybody. It's going to go out in a moment from now that all the handlers are supposed to go and fill it. So from the filling of the link, the questionnaire is going to detail whoever you are. Then from there we will know whether you are fit enough to be a Sabbath handler or not.
Is it for passionate people?
Yeah, for passionate and for...
Like me, can I be an handler? I don't have any IQ of...
grooming children?
Yes.
Do you feel like being an handler?
If I want to be. For example, I want to be and I don't have this experience.
Yes.
Can I be?
Exactly. That is even one of the major reasons for this revalidation. After having this revalidation done, there are going to be seminars.
Okay.
Handlers are going to taught on how to be handling the children, on safeguarding, on ASFAC, all the necessary things, on even the everlasting gospel. You'll be taught on how you should be teaching the children. So at this point, anybody that will show interest, it doesn't matter, even if you've not been handling children before, you are going to be taught on how to do it through the seminars you'll be holding with them.
I understand that in the fellowship, you guys have a handful of handlers in the fellowship across the globe. Is there a medium to tackle the revalidation exercise to cover all the handlers globally? Yes, we have. We have looked at that situation. We know that it is BCS is the whole world. So we are taking it from the diaspora nations first, which is supposed to begin from this weekend, because the Father said May 2025 we should undertake this exercise. So we will be dealing accordingly from nation to nation, but we are starting first with the diaspora nations, and after that we will come to Nigeria. Each state will be given their day and time that they should go online and do their registration. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. So I understand that preparation or arrangement is in top gear.
Yeah.
So now, is it going to be like a tour kind of that the president will have to visit, states and nations to ensure that this revalidation is, properly taken care of?
No.
Or is it going to be an online thing?
No, yeah, it's going to be online. Like I said, a Google link has already been created.
Okay.
And all Sabbath executives in the states, the heads in the states, are going to be mandated to make sure they direct all Sabbath handlers to log in and do the necessary thing.
Okay.
So, we are in a global world now, ICT. You don't need to go around before you can give information. You can sit
well, you also know that presence matters a lot.
Yeah, but we are making sure that the sensitization goes very far, as much as possible, through the use of the state chairman, the state ESCOs in every state and nation.
Okay. I really want to go a bit different from what we're currently talking about. Now, do you think these handlers are not doing actually well? Have you found any lapses, for them to be screened? I have seen handler screening and validation sensitization. Do you think they are not living up to expectation?
No. We will not say they are not living up to expectation. Okay. Our handlers are doing really great. The Father is using them very well.
Positively.
Yeah, but we feel that this is an evolving world. things are changing and we need to be on the same page. We are looking at a situation that all of them will be teaching according to what I'm teaching is what this other handler is teaching.
Okay.
That's what we are looking at. We want to
states
be
and
on the
nations.
same page. They are doing well. We want to improve on what they are doing by getting them more information. We are going to have a curriculum for them. We will have a lesson plan for them after the revalidation exercise. So it's a matter of just making them to improve, but they are doing well by the Father's grace.
Okay, thank you very much. So I understand this is very, very important to everyone who is, known and called a Sabbath handler.
Yeah.
Now, will there be any measures taken against anyone who would fail to attend this?
For now, the Father directed that all handlers should be part of this exercise.
And it's very important.
Very important.
Yes.
So, when it is done, of course, there are some benefits. If your data is captured as a Sabbath handler, as time goes on, we look up to making them benefit as handlers. There might be empowerment along the way. There might be some career progression. So if you are not captured as a BCS handler on our database, you will not be able to enjoy such
benefits.
things. Yeah, but for straight measures, the Father said all of them should be part. So if we finish and then we give report to the Father, this is the number. It depends on what the Father will say. But we've not set any measures, but there are benefits.
You're trying to say that you have no power to, step down any Sabbath handler?
Yeah,
Okay.
we don't have that
Amazing.
power for now.
Amazing.
Only encourage them to
We
be
encourage them to be
revalidated.
part of it and enjoy the benefits that will
Okay.
come with it.
Thank you very much. You have brother, I don't know if this is a brother, Kwa Bene Agemang. Agemang says, great team.
Ajiman, I think that should be Ajiman.
Ajeman, okay. Says great team member on the revalidation committee. Father bless you from MCSK of all Peace of the Father, dear presenters, viewers, and our esteemed colleague DV say, thank you, Father, for actualizing your mandates in the CUCF. Thank you very much. Mr. Gladys Onyabo, we see you. BCS is indeed the last hope of mankind. Unstoppable and unshakable, able God. There is nothing you cannot do. Now, there was a time we talked about Biakpan classes, So now I understand that this is, I am so sorry. I know this has nothing to do. Well, I know you are more
putting
than
him on the
capable.
hot seat again?
No, you are more than capable. I want to know, our Father says this Biakpan is very, very important. Every BCS child should learn how to speak Biakpan. And we know that these children are so smart, and this is the period, this is the time they get to learn, they can learn as many languages as they wish to, because they have little or less things, occupying their minds right now. Everything is being taken care of. They have their parents, feeding them, and, so they bear little or no, life pressure, So I feel like this is the perfect time for these children to be taught how to speak vernacular, which is Biakpan, brotherhood vernacular, which is Biakpan. So have you, considered adding this to your curriculum?
Yeah, thank you for that question. Like I said, through this revalidation, we are going to have data of our handlers. Now, even if the CUCF had planned to teach children Biakpan, who are the people that we are going to use? We don't have the number of people that we will say, okay, go around and be taking children on this Biakpan. But through this revalidation now, we are going to have people. We are going to know who is from Biakpan, who can teach this, who can do that. So I know that in the very near future, that is going to be taken care of. By the time we know that, yeah, we have capable hands to handle these aspects of the Father's mandate that everybody should learn the Biakpan. So that is why this revalidation is very good. From there, from the Google link, from the questions they'll be answering, you'll be knowing each handler's capability. Yes, the link is put in a format that we want to know more about them. So if I know that this person is good at this angle. When we get there, we will say, okay, you, every Saturday, be handling this part for us, do this for us.
Okay, thank you so very much. So do you have any other thing you would like for us to know, for the viewer to know about this committee?
Yeah, what we will really want is that every handler, those that are close to handlers, should try and send this message out that from this weekend we are kicking off. They should ask and know about it. The timetable will be coming out. They should take notes, and then when it is their turn, all of them should come in and do their registration, their screening. It's not a matter of we want to send people out as handlers, but we want to make them better in doing their work. So everybody should try and be part of this exercise.
Okay. All right. Thank you so very much. Bro, do you have anything to add to?
Yeah, all I have to add is Father bless the Christ Universal General Fellowship for coming up.
Children's Fellowship.
Yes, Children's Fellowship for coming up with this, and all the handlers. You have to do this bidding so that Father blessings will be ensuring your life, so that children will learn progressively and know the things about brotherhood and follow the path of goodness. Thank you very much to our brother Divine Vanguard, Ebenezer Say, for coming to clear the air about the revalidation exercise. Remain blessed.
Okay, thank you so very much for that. Brother Ebenezer Say, thank you so much for coming to our studios. We look forward to seeing you again. I don't know if this is your last appearance here or you will still come in subsequent times still about this sensitization, because I feel like this is going to take longer than we think.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
so I don't know if
I
you
think we will surely have to come, and as the time goes on, we will still have to come
a progressive report.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever it will be.
Okay.
But we will still be here.
Okay, thank you so very much. I think it's just a coincidence that we were talking about parenting. And yes, boom, we have the Christ Universal Children's Fellowship, and that was really right on time. Thank you so much for coming. I do believe that any parent watching us right now would know that he or she is supposed to be a near perfect parent to his or her child, so they know this child would grow in love and in God's ways. All right, we'll be going on a short break. When we come back, Morning Star Breakfast show continues. Please stay with us.
Is on on